Welcome back to MFO, everybody. Today is the day we're giving the results of the MFO VBT.
Woohoo.
It's been a great month. I think guys have had a good time doing this. And so we're going to come back and give all the results, let you know who won the prizes. Everybody who fished is winning prizes. You know that. So, guys, we'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher.
I'm Megan Fuller.
Megan Fuller, our bump master judge extraordinaire. We had to get Megan in here for this to give the official results of the VBT. So we're going to just start off right away.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
Well, no, before we do that, we're going to tease it a little bit. How was it in your role as the bump master, as the official judge, to make sure that guys were, submitting their fish pictures correctly and things like that? How was that?
It was fun. Like the beginning of it was like, okay, we're trying to figure stuff out and and doing the scale and all of that.
Zooming in on
I know more about like fish tails than I ever knew before.
Right.
But then like as the month went on, like my job got a lot more boring because they were just like, okay, this is the fish, this is how much it is, like it's 16 inches, and it was like right on. Or they were you guys were so honest and like so forthcoming. That I didn't have to do as
there
much.
weren't any tough calls.
Yeah,
there really weren't. You guys were phenomenal with that.
Like
Absolutely.
Make it better next year, guys.
And
like add more fun stuff to it.
No, don't tell them that you were phenomenal. You were great. By all means. Hey, and I love the fact that we actually got kind of high tech. There were some fish that exceeded bump boards. And so it got to the point where it was like, how are we going to do that? And we actually got high tech where we had a way of taking the inches in the picture, measuring those, and then putting those to the back end of the fish, that we could measure fish that were larger than the bump boards that were on the picture. So
big fish.
And there were some big fish too. So speaking of big fish, let's get to it. All right.
Bass.
Big bass. Well, Big Bass ended up, as it so often does, Big Bass ended up being the guy who won the tournament, also got Big Bass, and that is our hardest working man in the VBT. I called him that all month because he was leading pretty much from the get-go, and that's Randy Crawford.
Woo-hoo!
Randy Crawford, congratulations. 105.25 inches. That means he averaged over 20 inches for his 5 biggest fish. He had one fish that was 19 3/4, but the rest of his bass were either 20 or above. And he had Big Bass of the event.
Where are you fishing?
Which was a 20, well, his Big Bass was 23.5, I believe it was. And he was fishing in Florida. But, if you're picturing somebody out on Lake Okeechobee, no. This is Randy Crawford. Randy Crawford is our bicycle angler.
That is this guy?
Yeah, absolutely. Riding around, and
I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, we have interviews with all of these guys, and we did a very extensive interview with Randy that's going to come out tomorrow on tomorrow's episode. And he's going to break it all down for us. He's going to break down what he was fishing, where he was fishing, how he was fishing, the baits he was using. And he talked to us earlier in the month about how there were times when he would go into a spot where he wanted to fish, but he couldn't get there because there were alligators.
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so he had to avoid, and to be honest, alligators weren't the only hazards that he had to avoid.
Scary, though.
Yeah, so riding your bike, avoiding alligators and other critters that he's going to tell us about. So nice job, Randy. Randy, you are the winner of the $125 gift certificate to Tackle Warehouse, and that's provided by 2JS Industries, our title sponsor here. So congratulations, Randy. In second place, Mark.
What did you get for Big Bass?
Oh, thank you. In addition to the Tackle Warehouse gift certificate, he also gets a $25 gift certificate from Twin Lakes Marine for Big Bass. And so he can submit that, and he can buy something and they'll ship him something from Twin Lakes Marine. So
Cool.
Thank you to 2JS for supplying the first place prize and Twin Lakes Marine for that Big Bass Award. And great job, Randy. Congratulations. Moving on to second place.
Number 2.
Mark Niles with 99 and a half inches. Almost got the 100 mark. We interviewed Mark, almost got the 100 mark, right? We interviewed Mark, and he said
Mark
he was
interviewed Mark.
Mark interviewed Mark to get to the mark that he wanted, which was 100 inches, and he got 99 and a half. We're having fun, right?
Yeah, we are. I don't know if they are. We are. We're having a blast.
Mark ends up getting the Core Tackle prize package, bunch of Core Tackle products that are being shipped to him. And again, Mark gave us an interview that we'll have on tomorrow's episode as well. Third place was Tim Shiver. You know Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Tim has been hanging on to third place all month, 93 and 3/4 inches. He's been in third place, but here's the deal. Bill Felton, who started out strong, but then Bill he was down at the bottom of the pack. He had like 2 fish. All of a sudden, the last week of the tournament, Bill starts catching fish, putting them on the board, culling fish out. Bill comes all the way up to 4th place at, get a load of this, 93 and a half. So Tim Shiver ends up taking third.
Oh my God.
93 and 3/4, while Bill Felton had 93 and a half.
Whew.
2 guys who store their boats right in the back here. And Tim ends up beating Bill by 1/4 of an inch.
Wow.
I told Tim when I interviewed him that I was just fishing with Bill the other day, and Bill said, if he ends up winning this, I'm going to slash his tires in the barn. So,
be careful.
So congratulations, Tim. Tim gets the 3rd place prize, which is another $25 gift certificate to Twin Lakes Marine, and congratulations to Tim. Bill Felton, like I said, came in 4th, 93 and a half. Leanne Hernandez, the only female in the group, pulls all the way up to 5th place. She, in the last week, had a bunch of 19-inch fish on the board. And
thanks for representing Leanne.
And Leanne and Tim Barthel, interviewed with me as well, because Tim ended up getting the small fish. And I think this is a story that's been going on all month. Tim Barthel came in 7th. He had 82 1/4 inches, but one of his 5 fish was that 6 1/4 that got the small bass award. Okay. So he told us in this interview, I don't want to give it all away, but he had several fish that he could have called up, but he saw the episode that we did when I interviewed Kelly, who donated the prize pack for the small fish, and he loved the way those baits looked, and he said, I'm keeping that small bass and going for that small bass award. So that strategy paid off for him.
Yeah.
So even though he came in 7th, Tim Barthel ends up getting the small bass award, which is that prize package from Homebrew Tackle and Kelly Smith. So we've got Leanne, who came in 5th. Jeff Anderson came in 6th with 84 3/4. Like I said, Tim Barthel 7th. Just going down the list, I mean, real quick, And I'm going to put all of the standings up on the screen here for you to look at. But you see that Richard Majewski came in 8th with 79 and a quarter. Lee DeBloon, 75 and 3/4. Michael Gardini, 75 and a half. Dan Laminger, 74 and a half. Kelly Smith, our donor of the Small Bass Award, 68 and 3/4. Warren Payne, 59 and 3/4. Warren had the next smallest bass. He was hoping that Tim was gonna switch his strategy, but Tim didn't, and so that didn't happen. Mike Andy with 44 and a quarter, and then we had several anglers: Jesse, Jack, Richard, and Avery, who weren't able to get out this month. They had hoped to do that. I know that I got several emails from these guys, that indicated that, either boat issues or health issues or things like that just didn't let them get on. But they were enjoying seeing what was going on. So 18 guys that participated in the VBT, and from what I understand, I know we had fun, and it sounds like guys did. What I do need to let you know, if you participated, if you were one of the guys that participated, the next thing that we're going to need addresses, because it doesn't matter whether you had 0 fish, doesn't matter whether you're in 5th place, whatever. Everybody's getting a hat, a Phoenix hat, a Mercury hat, your choice. So what I need you to do, you have my email. Now I need you to email me your address, and we will get those prizes out to you. Okay, the guys that I interviewed that you're going to see tomorrow, I've already got your addresses, so everything's cool there. But thank you guys so much for participating. We hope you had a good time, and this has just been great. I don't have one negative thing to say, and believe me, before we started, I was talking to people like Matt Steffen and other guys, and you're getting into potentially bad water where people can be angry at you for doing things.
Oh.
There just wasn't any negative situations at all. It seemed really great.
I was worried it wouldn't pick up. But you guys really went for it. I thought it was so fun.
It was fun, and it seemed like it. Captivating is the word that I would use. People paid attention. So, guys, thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate it.
Yep.
And like I said, look forward on tomorrow's episode. We're gonna have those interviews, so you get to learn a little bit more from the Mark Fisher Outdoors community about how they caught fish, how they won the tournament, all of those kinds of things. So it'll be our last video related to the VBT for this year.
Until next year.
And next year we get to do the 2nd annual Mark Fisher Outdoors VBT. Guys, thanks very much. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Stay channeled.